This meeting is being recorded.
Hey, welcome to the Prevention Cohort live stream. This is our Thursday night edition. And tonight we're going to do something a little bit different. We are going to be taking a look at how I make our online courses. So one of the things that has been people ask me about is like, how do we actually do this? And so I have had to learn how to use all sorts of editing programs and how to create websites and things like that. So we're going to delve into the magic of how we use Premiere, some new stuff inside of Premiere, in particular the AI stuff that helps us do audio editing. We're going to talk a little bit about LearnDash and probably a little Elementor and WordPress. And who knows, we might even talk about some other stuff. So let me see where we should start. I'm going to share my screen, and what we're going to do is we're going to launch PBJ Learning. So we're going to, let's go ahead and get that started up over here, and go ahead and share away. All right. Now, okay, so you should be looking at pbjlearning.com right now. What's so special about PBJ Learning is that we are the most interactive online human trafficking training course provider on the planet. All the work that we do is dedicated towards making it interesting to learn something about human trafficking. So it's not just a video, and it's not just something that you kind of like halfway participate in. We do fully interactive work. So if you go to our site, you can see we have Human Trafficking Essentials, which is our mainstay program. It is the main thing that we try to push, because we want to make sure that everybody has access to the basics that everyone needs to know. Kind of, we think about it as kind of like a first aid thing. Everybody needs to know something about human trafficking, how to stay safe, specifically about how to stay safe from online grooming and people tricking you, because that is super dangerous, and we're not really prepared for that. So this is something that somebody has to teach you. So Human Trafficking Essentials comes in 3 flavors. Flavor 1 is name your price. We let you choose how much you want to pay, and you will get a completion email telling you what your score is. If you get the Mastery Certificate course and you get 100%, you will get a certificate of mastery. We charge a premium price for that. And then we also have a version of Human Trafficking Essentials that gives you university credit. We have partnered with Belhaven University through Envisage Connect, and we just had a completer today, so we're really excited about that. So that's something that's happening. So on the Human Trafficking Essentials page, we have like a sample video, which we're going to be doing. We're going to look at a video for one of our newer courses, one that's in development. So I'll show you how we make this kind of thing. We talk about the learning objectives, features. Why is it that interactive learning is such a big deal? Basically because it's 6 times better than something that is passive, like reading something or watching a video. So being actually having a chance to make a difference and try things yourself, experiential learning is incredibly effective. I try to tell people it's the difference between reading about a shovel and then going outside and digging a hole. Which one do you think is going to teach you more about whether or not you know how to use a shovel? It's always going to be whether you've tried to use it or not. Everything about Human Trafficking Essentials is designed with you, the user, in mind, so that you're going to have small blocks of time. So whenever you have time, we're going to be there to support you. Blah, blah, blah. People use it. It's accepted by professional organizations. Here's another video. These are summaries of all of our videos. A little information about Dave, Dr. Deeds. Dave's been teaching this course now for about 15 years. So we have adapted all of this experience that he has brought together to make it work inside of a web browser. So at the bottom, there's some testimonials, and you can see, that we have people that seriously believe in what it is that we do. We've had tons of people use the course, give us feedback. But what we're going to do today is we're going to be looking at what's in the shop. Again, these are the top three that we work with, human trafficking essentials, because it is what is important. We recently released a course about the Texas hospitality industry, because everybody that works in a hotel with 10 or more rooms needs to have access to or has to take a course. And then recently, on September 1st, the state of Texas passed a law saying that if you work at a transportation network company, which is like a rideshare, you have to have some type of training. And so most our training is going to be significantly more detailed than other people's trainings. So there you go. So this kind of gives you an idea of what's going on with it. I'll show you a little behind the scenes here. So this talks about the course, where it came from, what's inside of it. Here are the things that are the requirements from the law here in the state of Texas. Here are the learning objectives that are inside of it. Here's all of the training. You can do the research yourself. Just click on the shop and go to the transportation industry course. But this covers everything. And so this basically told us what needed to be inside the course. And so we designed our course around that. So I'm going to show you how things work. So I use WordPress. So PBJLearning.com is it's a WordPress website, and WordPress is kind of like it's a big structure where you can put other things inside of it, and then those things can have things inside of them and inside of them, etc. So we use this what they call theme called Elementor. So Elementor is our main graphic package that basically puts the things on the screen in certain orders, like little blocks and things like that. It's much more complicated, and if you're the WordPress expert, you're probably wanting to punch me because I'm oversimplifying things. But basically, that's what it does. So inside of Elementor, when you build your web page, you can put elements, which is kind of, I think, where they get the idea for calling it Elementor. But the elements, and this one thing that you can use is called an LMS, which is short for Learning Management System. And that means that you can put cool things to do inside of a web browser, and then you can track what it is that somebody does. So you can put a question up on the page, and somebody can answer, or they can answer that thing by clicking on it, and you can submit the answer, and then we can check against the LMS to see if you got the answer right, et cetera, et cetera. So let me show you a little bit behind the scenes here. So inside of LearnDash, there is this concept of a thing called a course. And so we have a number of courses, some that are live, some that we're working on right now. We've got a human trafficking essentials for high schools being worked on. What are we working on right this minute? So what we're working on today is the Texas Transportation Network Company HTTTXHB 2313. That is a long way of saying that this really is the Texas rideshare training. And I'm still getting rid of all the rest of that stuff, even though it matches what's in the law, but I don't think anybody really cares. But it's the HB 2313 is the House bill. So it's Texas TX HB House Bill 2313 is what turned into the law, so I'm leaving that in there. And that's what we're going to call this thing. All right, so that is the name of our course. A course is made up of lessons, and those lessons can contain things like quizzes or tests or activities. But I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like when you look at the course itself. So the course, they call it, like they say this thing on there called Builder. So the Builder shows these are all of the lessons. L right there is the giveaway that that's a lesson. So each one of these lessons is its own web page. So it's just like having a page or a post. It'll all make sense in a minute. But so what we have is, let's see, let's go ahead and boot up the course. shows you, actually, you know, I think I can flip this so you can see both at the same time. I'm not going to do that right now. All right, so the way the course works is we have our first lesson, which is welcome to the course, which we're obviously going to need to rename. Let's go ahead and do that. Welcome to Texas Ride Share Driver Training. Yeah, HV 2313. Let's go ahead and save that. So now the lesson is going to be named that. And then the next thing that it does, actually, let's go ahead and let's refresh this and watch this change. There it is. Okay, so now here we go. So Texas Rideshare Training. First thing we start on is going to be the welcome video. This is already connected. We're going to not mess with that right now. I'm just going to kind of show you how the structure works. So the course has the first lesson. Like I said, it has video on it. And then we have a little header here called the pre-course assessment. So we go back over to this thing. Yeah, here we go. So there it says pre-course assessment here before it goes to the next page. So this, again, is just like a listing of pages with little chapter headers. So this is a pre-course assessment. Then we have our chapter header for one, and then we start off like that. Each one of our chapters, so in this course, we have 3 chapters. The first one is on defining, the second chapter is on identifying, the third chapter is on responding, because those are the 3 basic things that you need to know how to do as a driver and as somebody that's going to be doing this kind of work, you know, trying to recognize if somebody is out there that needs help. So every chapter starts off with an overview, and that overview explains here's the stuff that's going to be in the chapter from a learning objective point of view, and then we also include what's inside the chapter from here are the questions that you're going to need to answer. So these are the things that are actually included in the final exam. So you know that when you're looking for the answer to this question, it is going to be in this chapter. We don't ever just tell you the answers. We tell you where to look so that you can go learn. So that's the way every chapter opens. Every chapter it also, after this page, will always start off with a video, and then they always end with an activity. So chapter 1, overview, video, with a couple of lessons inside of here, and then an activity. Again, chapter 2 opens up with the overview, video, couple of activities. Oh, this one has another video, and then it ends with another activity. And now these activities at the end of the chapters, the idea is that we're trying to make sure that you really understand the material before you progress to the next thing, because all of our material builds upon itself. And chapter 3, same thing, opens with an overview, includes questions that you'll be learning about, then a video, activity, and all these videos they build up and they add on to what you've learned previously. And the very end, last thing you do is you get to take the final certificate assessment to determine whether or not you have actually learned the things that you're supposed to learn. So that's sort of an overview of how these things work. And like I said, each one of these things is like its own web page. So the welcome page, or welcome lesson, if you're thinking in the learning management systems brain, because they call them lessons. Inside this lesson, you can see there are little boxes, and each one of these little boxes you can actually move around. They're called elements, and so these elements can be moved up or down. So they can have this video. If you wanted the video to be first, you can slide the video up there. Works just fine. So what we do at the beginning is well, looks like I need to edit that. Let's see. Yes, welcome to Ride Share Driver Training. Texas 8B 2313. Start here. Now I say start here because when people see it on this list here, we want it to be very obvious that that's the first thing they're supposed to do, right? So let's go ahead and check on that. Yep, here we go. All right. Let's go ahead and refresh this and get this text fixed up here at the top. You see the little thing circle? Yep, it's loading. I have a fast machine, I have a decent internet connection, but for some reason, it is not as fast as I want it to be. My machine is never as fast as I want. Just never is. All right, so let me show you guys a couple of things. So we start the course by welcoming people to the course. We say, welcome to Texas Rideshare Driver Training. In this course, you'll learn how to define, identify, and respond to human trafficking. So that's even simple. We simplify it as best we can. So you know you're going to get chapter 1's on the definition, chapter 2's on identify, chapter 3's on respond, where you're pounding this into your head so you know for sure this is what it's going to be. Now the course by Texas law, has to be in English and Spanish. So I created a what is called a toggle on this thing. So this is one of their elements. So like I said, these are all elements from Elementor, and one of those elements is a toggle. And this toggle, what it does is when you click it as a user, it opens up that section. And so you can see that basically I have some, if you speak Spanish, you're probably laughing because what I have done is I have essentially just dropped this inside of Google Translate just to get a very simple translation in here to have something in place. But the idea here is that I want it to be easy for somebody that's just going to read through in English and have them just go through. And if they want to dig into the Spanish stuff, they can. Here we are at the video. So, and maybe now is a good time to explain how they get made. But let me go ahead and show you the finished product. Yeah, let's go ahead and screen it.
Welcome to Texas Rideshare Driver Training. In this course, you will learn how to define, identify, and respond to human trafficking. Working in the transportation industry, you have a unique opportunity to address human trafficking because studies show that a majority of trafficking victims use various forms of travel around the world, including rideshare services. You might be the person that saves a life. Now, let's get started.
All right, that seemed pretty simple, but let me assure you that took quite a bit of time to get all that put together. Maybe we'll go a little bit further and then we'll jump into Premiere and I'll show you how things got made. So underneath the video, we also have the video transcript. So you can read it in English, you can read it in Spanish. Again, first draft, so we still have work to do, but you know, it's at least a placeholder. Then we have we encourage people to put the Polaris National Human Trafficking Hotline number in their phone. So we're trying to ask them to just take a couple of seconds and actually do that. So we're trying to get them to get interactive with their phone. This section also is in Spanish as well. And then at the end of the page, you have to mark the page complete. So we have a little instruction here that is there for users to know what it is that they are actually supposed to do. So let's take a look at what the page looks like when you are an actual user and you're not in the editing program. So this is the page. Here's the Spanish stuff. Here is the transcript in English. Here's the transcript in Spanish. And that page, and so at the bottom it says, "Hey, mark complete." So this here is a way for us to try to encourage you to understand that you have to do that. When you mark this complete, it puts a little check mark over here so that you can actually progress. Now I'm an add-in and I'm editing, so I can go on any of these pages. But if you were a user and you were using this course, you have to go each lesson at a time. And I know it's a little bit of an aside, but it turns out that I wanted to make it so you could just go anywhere and do anything at any time, but some people would accidentally click to the next page, and because our lessons build upon one another, it got very confusing for people, so we had to chop that out. Made it a lot smoother process for people and a lot less frustrating, because when you sit there and you watch somebody get confused and you're experiencing their confusion and frustration with them, it is very painful. So I'm trying to get rid of as much frustration and confusion as possible. Okay, well that kind of covers the welcome page, and I was going to tell you more about the welcome video. So let's go ahead and pull up Premiere. Let's see. I think the page is still sharing, right? Okay, yep. All right. Well, if you've never used Premiere before, let's see. Yeah, if you've never had a chance to use Premiere before, Premiere is it's editing software, and what it does is it takes individual pieces of content and you combine them together, and then you save it out or export it at a certain frame rate and size and all this good stuff in the right format. And then when you do that, you can upload it so that anybody else can enjoy your content. So I'll show you a little bit about what's going on in here. So the way that Premiere works is you have these little windows, and each one of these windows, kind of dock, and you can move them all around. So this is just my general layout. Down here at the bottom, this is your editing area. This is where all the real work is happening. Up here is where the video is going to be played, and you can watch to see where things are. You're like, oh, okay, cool. I see what's going on. Over here, you have your library of all the different all the media that we put up in here. Let's see. Do I have it all? Oh, I know it's there. All right, we're just going to cover a couple of little things in here. So we're going to do a little zooming in. This long timeline here that goes out for about 2 hours, it looks like. You can zoom in. And so this area here that has the darker or the lighter gray, this is the area that we're going to ultimately render. So you can see it's about, I don't know how many seconds it is, maybe 40 seconds long, 40-ish seconds long. I always leave a little buffer over here on the left-hand side in case I want to move things around, because I like to move elements in different places. And then so we just basically say we're going to start here and we're going to end here. And this is kind of like your playhead. So if you think about a needle on a record, right? So when you put the needle down, you can put the needle further in, further out. So this is our tape head, and so this is going to tell us. It's going to tell Premiere what elements need to be displayed up here. And the way that it actually does it, it's kind of cool because it builds these pieces based on what's on top. So if you ever saw any of the Walt Disney, the way that they made the multi-plane camera. So when they had a camera that was going to take a picture like this, and you would paint on glass. And so they would paint like the foreground pieces here, and then foreground and midground, and then further, so that you had the stuff that's going to be like in the back. Like if you imagine mountains are going to be in the back, and you're going to have like trees, and then maybe a rabbit that's going to be in front. So this multi-plane camera takes a picture, and if something is in front of it, it's going to obscure that thing behind it. And that's exactly the way that Premiere works. So anything that you put on top, like these subtitles, you see where it says "Welcome to Texas Rideshare Driver Training." I want you to watch this. So I'm gonna toggle this off. I'm gonna turn this little eyeball off, and it's gonna make it disappear. So you can see that that's sitting on top of everything. And you can see down here, what is this one going to be? I think this, yeah. So that's Dave's name. And then this one is the name of the video. It says welcome. And so as you see, they all kind of stack up here, and this playhead is showing where it's going to be. This here in blue is the rideshare sign. And then under here, these all say V, right? So those are all video, and each one of these is a separate track or something that could be stacked on top of it, and you can add as many as you want. So this isn't we're not at Disneyland where we're not at Disney where we only get a few pieces of glass. We can have as many as we want because this is a computer. But down at the bottom, you have audio. Now, audio doesn't stack like this. Audio is only on one ear or the other ear, and it just piles up inside of there. So we have M is for muting. So I have some audio that was in there, and I just muted all that stuff. so we have these 3 tracks that are all a little bit separate. We got 1 track, 2 tracks, 3 tracks. Well, this line here is the track, and these are all different sections. And this last thing down at the bottom, this is the stuff that's important for me today, because this is Dave's new audio that he just recorded for me, and I had been laying this stuff in here. And that's after I did that, that's when I put the I added the subtitles and captions, and I'm really excited about all that stuff. So yeah, I guess those are the basics. I don't want to go too far into crazy town, but there was one thing I wanted to share with you, and that is that we've talked about AI on this channel before, and how important understanding AI is. And so one thing that I had the opportunity to do today is get to use this new feature inside of Premiere, which is it's an AI for audio. And so what it did was it actually took an original piece of audio, which is going to be this one here, and when we input it in, I said, hey, I want to get rid of some of this hiss and some other things in the background that didn't sound great. So I was like, I wanted to do that. And so what I did was I ran a process on this thing that got rid of all that hissy stuff. And it was done through artificial intelligence, and it sounds pretty good. So this is let's go ahead and start.
You will learn the legal requirements from the Trafficking Victim Protection Act, commonly referred to as the TVPA.
Now, you can notice that you'll notice that these captions aren't correct yet. This is a part that I have not worked on, and we're just kind of having a little playground session right now. But this is the final, the audio that was
You will learn the legal requirements from the Trafficking Victim Protection Act.
So Dave sounds like he's relative. He sounds like he's on a pretty good microphone. It's warm, I hope. But I'm going to let you listen to what it sounds like when you hear the original audio. So this was his original track before I used the AI tool on it.
You will learn the legal requirements from the Trafficking Victim Protection Act, commonly referred to as the TVPA.
We're going to do that one more time.
You will learn the legal requirements from the Trafficking Victim Protection Act, commonly referred to as the TVPA.
Okay, so I'm assuming you can remember what that sounded like. So we're going to go ahead and turn back on the more sweetened track, I guess, maybe.
You will learn the legal requirements from the Trafficking Victim Protection Act, commonly referred to as the TVPA.
Let's swap them back one more time so you can get an idea. So that was the good one, and here's the original.
You will learn the legal requirements from the Trafficking Victim Protection Act, commonly referred to as the TVPA.
All right, here we go.
You will learn the legal requirements from the Trafficking Victim Protection Act, commonly referred to as the TVPA.
Okay, here's what I got to tell you, that the ability to have a one button press to change that was life-changing for me. I have been doing audio editing since the 90s, and I'm not an audio technician. I am somebody that uses the tools and tries to do the best I can, but to get a result like that would have taken me forever. So I just wanted to share just how amazing that was, and now I have to admit that I want to go back and redo all of our audio for all of our videos and all of everything that I own, because it just was that much better. So can you imagine what it would be like if I had a really great microphone setup, I had really great original audio, and then I could put that in there? Oh my gosh, I mean, I can't even imagine. But it has brought the production level of this video up tremendously, and I am really thankful for that. And it's a brand new feature inside inside Premiere, and we are very lucky to have it. So there you go. Those are the 2 big things that I really wanted to do, was show you the course and show you a little bit about Premiere, including the audio stuff. And I have one other thing that I for sure want to share with you. Give me just a second to get that up and running. So I found yet another AI tool out there that is going to help me create more content to educate people. And this is called, it's a program I just found out about today, and it is called, believe it or not, AI Video. So yeah, here we go. So this gentleman right here is always has just some amazing content. His name is Samson. Runs a channel called Delightful Design. Let's see if I can share my screen. We'll give you a little bit of Samson. Funny guy, super creative. And if you are into AI or considering doing any sort of video production, or you want to just if you're like, I want to run a business and I don't know what I want to do, this guy just throws out ideas and shows you how these tools that are already sitting there on the shelf can actually be utilized to start generating content immediately. So today he showed me this tool, and I said, you know what, I have to try it. So I'm going to show you a little bit about his stuff, and then we are going to jump in and maybe even make a video together.
If you ever had an idea for a video but didn't have the time to execute it, well, now there's an AI for that. And you can simply enter a text prompt and get out beautiful, stunning videos like this in seconds. Everything from the script to the voiceover, from the footage to the editing, and even the music is selected with AI. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how you can make these videos in seconds. So,
okay, sounds too good to be true. It just does. But he's not lying. I did it today, and I put my very first video up on PBJ Learning's TikTok channel. And we're going to take a look at that in a little bit.
let's dive in. I've been experimenting with a number of different types of video. Here is an explainer on broccoli.
A humble veggie with surprising health superpowers. Did you know broccoli boasts more vitamin C than an orange? Yes.
Here is a short about some interesting facts about Mahatma Gandhi.
Born on October 2nd, 1869, in Porbandar, a coastal town in present-day Gujarat, Gandhi was the youngest of his father's 4 children.
But what I found particularly interesting is creating faceless YouTube shorts about history. I was doing a little bit of research. I can see that this channel has got over 2 million views for one video on the 7 bloodiest wars in world history. And to be honest, I think we can do better. So come into the tool, which is in Video AI. And once you've signed up, you can try in Video AI for free to get a feel if it's for you. And all you have to do is enter.
And yes, I did this today. I signed up, made a video.
Topic and give a detailed description about what you would like to see inside of your video. I will say I want to create a faceless YouTube short about World War II history. The title of the video is 5 surprising facts about World War II that you probably didn't know. I want you to include maps and some historic photographs. Make sure that the theme is dramatic and that you are using a firm, deep male voice. Now you can go ahead and click on generate. Oh, now I'm still dictating. Damn me and my dictation. Okay, now you go ahead and click on generate a video. From here, it will analyze your input and then ask a few clarifying questions.
Okay, and he's right. It is going to do all of that stuff. And, spoiler alert, it's not going to be perfect. And yes, you are going to have to make some tweaks, and it's going to take you, a little while to learn how to do this stuff. But it actually does the work that he's talking about.
It's important to remember that you should not believe everything that NVIDIA AI outputs, because sometimes it will fabricate facts, quotes, and other information. So
that's something that's really important about anything having to do with AI. AI does what is called hallucinate. And basically what that means is it just makes stuff up. So you cannot, in good conscience, just press a button and have something generate text and a story for you and then expect it to be true. If you are generating stuff, I highly recommend that you make sure that it is factual. I certainly do. Anytime that I mess with this stuff, sometimes I use AI to write me a definition of a term that I post. And when I do that, I always check its work, to make sure that it's not fabricating something or just isn't written very well. So it's one of the ways that I'm able to generate just a huge amount of content so that people can use it. I can't write all that stuff myself every single time. It just takes too much time. But having tools like this they're not replacements for the work. It is something that you can use to enhance the work that you're doing. But I always recommend that if you're doing work, you have to look through everything. I mean, I curate everything that's on the Knowledge Vault, thousands and thousands of articles over the past couple of years, and it's very time consuming, but I stand by what's there.
So just keep that in mind as you're working on this. But you have the possibility, one, to actually ask InVideo to check its own work, as well as checking it yourself later on and editing the video. So it will ask you now to select your audience, history buffs, students, or general public. I will go with history buffs, nothing like serving the most enthusiastic amongst us. Next, you have the opportunity to choose the look and feel of your video. So this will affect the font and color choices. You can have dramatic, professional, or epic in this instance. I'm going to go with epic.
Why wouldn't you?
It has already recognized that I'm looking for a YouTube short. So after that, you go along and hit continue. Now,
all right. So here's the thing. I'm not going to keep going through this whole deal. I've already made you watch that much of it. But if you're interested in it, I will make sure that this is posted. So I'll put it in the chat. And I'll make sure to post that. And now let's see if I can figure out where the video that I created is. So I was just working on a new one. Here we go. All right, so I'm actually in the middle of doing this. No, I don't want to say start video. I want to share my screen. So here we go. So what I did, actually, yeah, I think I'm going to show you what I did earlier. Yeah, that's great, good. So this is what I had done earlier today. I want to go to screen. I think. Yeah, I think you should be able to see that, right? So this is my TikTok creator. You know, yeah, okay, so good. So that's where it is. All right, good. All right, so this was my very first upload to TikTok, and this is the video I made. I made a video about giving your kid a smartphone without understanding grooming. So the idea here is I want to get people to be interested in learning about what grooming is. So I'm trying to do something that sparks a little curiosity, asks some questions, and then lays out some facts, and then at the end, a few suggestions for people to keep their to give them some actionable activities. And so that's kind of my goal with my TikTok, is to get people to think and then get them to realize something is an issue and then give them something practical to do about it. So this is
Ever wondered about the unseen threats lurking behind your child's smartphone? Today, we delve into the world of online grooming. Target number 1, social media platforms. Apps like Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok are playgrounds for predators, with direct messaging features that can be misused. Target number 2, online gaming. Predators often use the guise of friendly gamers to approach unsuspecting children. Target number 3, anonymous apps. Apps that allow anonymity can be a breeding ground for grooming. Target number 4, online forums and chat rooms. These spaces can be used by groomers to build trust and relationships with children. Target number 5, live streaming platforms. Groomers may use these platforms to manipulate children into doing things they are uncomfortable with. So, what can you do? Teach your children about the dangers of sharing personal information. Ensure they only interact with people they know in real life. And regularly check their online activities. Remember, every child with a smartphone is potentially at risk. Stay vigilant. Protect them in the digital world, just as you would in the real one.
There you go. Nice and short, minute-long content that somebody could grab, get a little bit out of it, and do something with it. So I thought it was pretty good. Put it up as my first TikTok. I don't have any idea if anyone has interacted with it. I know I did on my phone, so I will refresh this thing for the first time and let's see if anybody besides me actually clicked like or anything like that. I have my doubts. Oh, it's been played 229 times. That seems crazy. 2 likes, 1 comment, which I believe is me. So that's pretty good. It's very exciting, actually. So what I've decided to do was, actually, should we, let's click on some key metrics. Let's see what we got. So nothing yet. Turn on analytics to get access to insights. Well, why wouldn't I want to do that? You bet, man. I want to know all about them. Okay, great. So now it says it's processing some stuff. So this is great. We want that. Let's see. Is there something we can do here? Yeah, here we go. Wow, 230 views. That's pretty amazing. Followers. So we don't have any followers or anything like that. So this is really the very beginning. It's kind of exciting, guys. Honestly, I mean, you saw what happened. So I did not write that script. I wrote a prompt for a script, and then I proofread the script. I edited the script, and then I said, okay, it's good. It shows the videos. It did the voice. That's not me talking. That is a computer talking. And then then I was able to download it, and I uploaded it to my TikTok channel to go from there. Okay, so we're going to go back to InVideo, and we're going to see, we're going to take this prompt. So I did a prompt earlier, and basically the idea is I'm trying to get people to understand that if you click on a shady link, it might be something that could install spyware on your phone. So we're going to go with, we'll go back and look at the prompt in a minute. So we're going to choose smartphone users. We're going to go with a professional look and feel YouTube Shorts, which we're going to be putting it on TikTok, but that's what we're doing. And maybe we'll upload it to YouTube too. Who knows? So here we go. Let's go ahead and continue. And now what it's doing is it is going to start making the video. So it is writing out the full script. Now it is after it's got the script written, then it's going to select some videos. Well, heck, you can see exactly what it's doing. And like I said, we're going for something short, something quippy. And the idea is I'm trying to get people curious about a topic, and I want to provide them some information about the topic. And then at the end, I want them to have something that they feel is actionable that they can take away and change their behavior. So that's what we're going for. I'm really excited about this, honestly. This is being able to create content like this is just mind-boggling to me. And it's using, it's pulling video that has watermarks in the video, so that you know that this stuff wasn't, it's legal, but I hadn't paid for it. So those watermarks are part of the process. It's all legal. And so now it looks like it's saying things like it's putting some text overlays. So what that's doing is it's actually adding the closed captions to the thing. All right. While we're doing that, why don't we go ahead and why don't we see about uploading our short to YouTube? Why not, right? If it was made for it. So here we go. We're going to click upload video on YouTube. And again, this thing is still thinking in the back. Let's see. Here we go. This is the video that we had made previously. And let's go ahead and click upload. 5 ways online grooming targets children with smartphones. And I don't really have a thumbnail, so we're going to let it come up with its own. And we'll do. I think we're going to need to make a new playlist. We're going to call this playlist YouTube Shorts. For the knowledge vault. Because that's ultimately what we're going to do. And we're going to make this one public because we want everybody to see it. We're going to click create. So now it's been selected. We're going to say done. The video is being processed. is this one made for kids? You know, I can never say that it is because I am not making it specifically for kids. We're just going to click past everything so that it can go ahead. We're going to call this, we're going to do unlisted for now, but we'll do a premiere later. And click save. Okay, so it's published. Goodness gracious. Let's take a look. This is what it looks like.
Ever wondered about the unseen threats lurking behind your child's smartphone? Today, we delve into the world of online grooming. Target number 1, social media platforms. Apps like Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok are playgrounds for predators, with direct messaging features that can be misused.
So we've already seen that.
Target number 2, online gaming.
People, hey,
predators often use the guise of friendly gamers to approach unsuspecting children. Target number 3, anonymous apps. Apps that allow anonymity can be a breeding ground for grooming. Target number 4, online forums and chat rooms. These spaces can be used by groomers to build trust and relationships with children. Target number 5, live streaming platforms. Groomers may use these platforms to manipulate children into doing things they are uncomfortable.
This is perfect. All right, so what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and make that. Yeah, I still don't like that it isn't that. We want to get that as an instant premiere. Or do we want to schedule it? Let's go crazy. Let's schedule it for tomorrow at, let's do 10 a.m. my time, I think, time zone. Do I know what time zone I'm in? I'm in like -6. -5 or -6. All right, it's set as a premiere. Why not? Let's do it. Okay, so it'll be a world premiere. Don't have a whole lot of stuff in here about the description. We're just gonna see what happens. I'm gonna click save. And so we've got the premiere already set up. Okay, great. Now let's go ahead and go back to our video that we had worked on. All right, so what do we got? Beware the click. That's pretty cool. I like that. It's kind of got the a little bit of curiosity going on at the beginning. It looks like they gave us 50 seconds worth of video. What in the world is going to be going on here? Here we go. Let's see what it says. And again, I've never seen this. I typed in a short, brief description of what I wanted to see. Let's see what it does.
Beware the click. In mere seconds, a shady link can lead to spyware on your smartphone, opening the doors for predators to your personal information. It's a digital world, but not all that glitters is gold. Phishing, a malicious attempt to obtain sensitive data, is often disguised as a trustworthy entity. Scams, they're like a wolf in sheep's clothing, promising rewards but delivering risks. You're smarter than that, right? So how do you stay safe? 1. Never click on suspicious links. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. 2. Install a reputable antivirus software on your phone. It's your digital shield. 3. Regularly update your phone's software. It's like a fortress that continually strengthens its walls. Remember, in this digital age, safety is just a click away. But so is danger. Choose wisely. Stay safe. Stay smart.
Wow. I got to tell you, it's simple. It's to the point. Not sure that I felt like all of it was perfect. I didn't like some of the, I didn't like how it had the numbers on the previous page before they set them. So let's take a look at click. I love that opening. I love that. Beware the
a shady link can lead to spyware on your smartphone, opening the doors for predators to your personal information.
I love it.
It's a digital world, but not all that glitters is gold. Phishing, a malicious attempt to obtain sensitive data, is often disguised as a trustworthy entity. Scams, they're like a wolf in sheep's clothing, promising rewards but delivering risks. You're smarter than that, right? So how do you stay safe?
Okay, so you see how it says 1 right there. What's that all about? So like I said, no matter what it gives you, you're still going to want to edit a little bit. So let's go ahead and do the editing. Wow, look at this. We have some story blocks. I have not tried to edit those yet. So this is what it's put together for us. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at the script. So this is the, this is it. All right, so it changed 1. Huh. Let's see, how do we do that? wonder if I can hit enter. There it is. Let's see what happens. Okay, so no, I don't have any idea how we're going to do that. We're going to give it a try. I'm going to say apply changes and see what happens. That's the sign for it. Again, brand new tool, never used it before. This here at the top where it says you get a license for the stock media used and export. So when we are ready with the video and we like the video, all the clips that are inside of it, if you like what you see, when you ship it, when you say I'm finished, I want to export it, our account will get a license for that video with these watermarks on them. And if I like what I'm doing and I feel like this is working, then we'll be clicking the remove watermark button up here. And what that'll do is that I will then be purchasing a license for this. So right now we're just using the free version. We're just doing a couple of things to see how this can help us get the word out about what it is that we're doing. All right, so looks like it's created the scene and now it's still changing the script. So I think it's probably got to go in and do the audio. But hey, now that we're still around here, let's take a look. So are we at 234 views? How's that possible? Let's take a check. Let's refresh it and see if it's changed anything. Yeah, 234 views. That's crazy. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, so it looks like it's done. So let's
beware the click. In mere seconds,
let's
a
see if
shady
it
link can
moved
lead
that
to
number
spyware on
one
your
to the next
smartphone,
line or next
opening doors for
page.
predators to your personal information. It's a digital world, but not all that glitters is gold. Phishing, a malicious attempt to obtain sensitive data, is often disguised as a trustworthy entity. Scams? They're like a wolf in sheep's clothing, promising rewards but delivering risks. You're smarter than that, right? So how do you stay safe? 1. Never click on suspicious links. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. 2. Install a reputable...
Yeah, it did not do what I wanted to do, but I'm really not going to worry about that too much. This says antivirus, but it's so close to it, you can't. I just basically see first, and that's not any good. So, yeah, replace this media below. All right, so let's see what it says. We can say, go ahead and say antivirus and see if something else pops up here. We don't. If we want to include premium. All right. Go with let's go with that. A little picture of virusy thing up in there. Yeah. And ooh, that's pretty cool. Virus detected. Let's use that one. I'm going to say apply. And see if we can scroll right to it. Never click on specific links. All right, so it's right about there. So that's where we're going to be expecting it to replace that. This is pretty exciting. So I promised one of our licensees that I would have 5 videos up on TikTok by Friday, and I'm starting to think that I might actually not just have 5 videos, but have some videos that actually have some views on them. So this is pretty exciting. Okay, I think it's been an hour, so that's about enough time for all of us to hopefully have learned something. If you have any questions about anything, please let me know. Drop notes in any sort of place where you can write them. If there's comments underneath one of these videos, go right ahead and do that, or just call me on the phone. I want to be here to help you. I want to help you support your communities. Whatever it is that you need, let me know so I can help. We are here to help with our online courses. We're here to help raise awareness of human trafficking. We want to do everything we can to make your lives better, make it easier for you to do the work that you do. All right, so it looks like our video has cooked up a
Beware
little
the
bit,
click.
so I'm going to
In
go ahead
mere
and
seconds,
skip to where it
suspicious
was.
links. If it's too
Let's
good
see
to
if it
be
replaces
true,
the video.
it probably is. 2. Install a reputable antivirus
Look at
software on
that.
your phone. It's your digital shield.
There we
3.
go.
Regularly update your phone's software. It's like a fortress that continually strengthens its walls.
I love
Remember,
it.
in this digital age, safety is just a click away, but so is danger. Choose one.
Okay, so one of the things that it looks like that I need to keep in mind is that what's happening is it is pulling stock video, but the video is going to do that vertical thing. So when I look at these edits, right? So if you see video like this, for example, this video is not going to come across as it's not going to look good in the middle of the screen. So let's see. Let's do Android. Well, we don't do it premium. Let's go ahead and look. Enter. I like that there's an upload thing here. So I assume that means that I could upload to my own video. That's what Samson said, that you can do that, and I haven't done that yet. But it'd certainly be interesting to be able to put some pieces up there. Yeah, see, so this would be an example. So right here, see how that's off to the side? That's not going to look good. So that phone is almost in the middle. That phone is almost in the middle. What else do we have here, guys? All right. Somebody using the phone, I kind of like that idea. Do we have any other ones of people using the phones? Yes. Using the phone there. All right, so we'll go ahead and put that one up there. Go ahead and click apply. And I think, oh, so when I hit apply, it meant apply all of them. So I could have made a bunch of changes and then hit apply. I have a couple more that I think I want to go in and make some edits on. But I suppose by the time you're watching this, all the stuff will already be up. So tell me what you think about the other videos that I uploaded to my TikTok. My TikTok is at PBJ Learning. Hey, we had a couple more views. This is crazy, and I'm not going to get addicted to watching these view counts. Or am I? Who knows? All right. Well, thanks so much. Stay awesome. Be great.